Hi everybody, this is Mary Beth Fights live at my Fearless Kitchen. So I am here to talk about sweet corn. It is sweet corn season, or it's just getting started here in Indiana, and we are all pretty excited about it. We grow a bunch of sweet corn in our garden. Right now it's only about a foot tall, so we've got a ways to go. But other people around here who actually got it in on time or early have sweet corn ready. So I have got some beautiful sweet corn. We are going to talk about how you can shuck it quickly, how you can get all that green stuff off. We'll talk about getting the silks off, and then we'll talk about, I've got a bunch of different corn kernel peelers or strippers, so we will test all of those out live here on air and see how they work. So, ready? Let's go. Okay, so this sweet corn, obviously, I have already shucked and washed and gotten most of the silks off. So we're going to set this aside for a minute. First, what I want to look at is this that does not have the shucks off just yet. When we do sweet corn, we plant usually about 2,500 sweet corn seeds, which means we end up with about 2,500 ears of sweet corn. We do sell some of it. We give lots and lots and lots of it away. Excuse me. But we do end up freezing a whole bunch of it. And when we freeze it, we usually freeze it, 10 dozen at a time. So I get pretty quick at pulling the husks and the silks off. So you want to start with the side where you can find the most of the loose leaves here. Kind of dig your fingers in, cut it, kind of get it about in half, and then grab this front side with those loose leaves, pull all the way down, and then yank it off at the bottom. And then up here you can see the very tip of this is those kernels aren't formed real well, so you wouldn't want to eat that anyway. So I will grab that, I'll grab the rest of the silk and the leaves up here with my fingers. I grab this part with my thumb and just snap that off. And then peel off the rest of them, and then break off the little stalk at the end. And there you go. So most of those silks actually came off. There's a few left on here. It's hard to see against that refrigerator. So there are a few still on here. Grab what you can and pull off, and then we will put that aside. We'll look at that again in a minute. So here's another one just to show you again. So again, you look for the side with kind of the loose parts on it. Grab it about in half. Ooh, and that's not good. We're just going to throw that one right in the trash can. So that happens sometimes. No big deal. I'm going to rinse my fingers off because I got kind of gross on that one. And back at it. So, yeah, that happens sometimes. I bought that corn. I don't know what variety it is or how it was grown or anything, but we did have a whole lot of rain. So it looks like that probably got a lot of water in it and some mold damage. So here we'll try again, see if we get a better one this time. Again, just pull down from the center. And just a little bit up here that you wouldn't want to eat, so I'm going to pop that off. And the rest of those leaves. A little bit there, and then again, just a few silks left, not too bad. And then one more, last one. We'll pull the front part off. This looks really good. The top of that is really pretty. Can you see? It's all blurry. I don't know why it's blurry. There, that's better. All right, so we're going to leave all that on, but pull the husks and the silks off. Okay, so there we go. We've got 3 more ears of corn. They do still need the rest of the silks brushed off, and they do need to be washed. Typically what I do to get most of the silks off is I will just run these under cool running water and kind of rub my hands along them like this under the running water, and most of those silks just come right off. Obviously they don't here while it's dry. But I did find something fun on Amazon that may help. So I have a fun unboxing going on. I found this corn de-silker brush. I haven't tried it before, but we're going to try it now. And none of these have a whole lot of silks on it, so it might be kind of hard to tell how well it works. But so we'll take this one that's got the most. I think all you do is just run it through like that. That didn't really work at all, did it? Let's try the other way. Nope, that's not working. well, I gotta say, I'm not all that impressed with it. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell, as I rubbed, that brush kind of dinged my kernels a little bit too. So maybe this ear is just a little too big to fit in this brush. I don't know, in theory it's good, but it's pretty stiff. I'm not crazy about that. So I am not going to use this again. I'm going to go back to my under running water trick. If you have a soft bristle vegetable brush, that would work really well too. I love the idea of this, but it's got 2 layers of bristles. These are really, really stiff, and so are those. So they kind of beat up the corn a little bit, and I don't like that. So, all right, well, on to the next thing then. Okay, so I'm going to take all these ears of corn that I have already washed and already desilked, and we are going to test some kernel cutter offers. They're called strippers. I've been talking all week long about having corn strippers in my kitchen, and my husband, of course, just thinks that's hysterical to have strippers in the kitchen. We do not have a pole, so not that kind of stripper. All right, so let's see. I have got this one from Good Grips, the Good Grip OXO Good Grips corn stripper. This one I thought would be really neat because it actually catches, or it's supposed to catch all the kernels right inside here as you're peeling them off. So let's check it out. None of these companies have paid me to do this. I just went shopping online and this is what I found. So I'm testing them all out. And then at the end, I will show you my husband's favorite way to do this. Okay, there's some instructions in here. Should we read those? Before use, remove husk. We did that already. Small end of cob up. Place the blade into the corn. Push it down the cob until the corn is stripped. Turn and repeat. That doesn't sound too hard. Okay, so there's your blade. Here's your corn. There's the hole. So the hole, you want to make sure the hole's up to the top or you're going to lose your corn. And peel off a couple extra silks there. So let's see how it works. Oh, I like that. That's nice. I did get some on my tray here, but that's why it's there. Yeah, that's easy. It does not make a very big mess. If you're not careful, some of the corn is falling out the bottom here, but that's not that big of a deal. I think you'll need, and I am running the front of this into the corn as I'm going. Whoops, that's what you don't want to do. So you need to be a little careful how you line it up. That's the trick with these. If you cut too shallow, then you miss all of the good stuff on the kernels. But if you cut too deep, then you get the crunchy cob in there, and nobody likes that either. So that's pretty good. I dumped some of this out on accident, and some of it fell out the bottom between the blade and the container. But I actually kind of like that. It's marked at a 1/2 cup, so you know when you're done, it looks like a 1/2 cup is going to be about 2 ears. But yeah, I like that. Better than some of the other ones that I've tried. And here's the cob after we're done. If you really wanted to get after it, there is some more good corn on here, so you could scrape that again, or take a butter knife and use the flat side of the knife and scrape some of that good stuff out into the bowl wherever you're collecting your corn, because there is some good stuff there. All right, so let's check out the next one. I have another one by OXO. That one was the corn stripper. This one is the corn peeler. I've used one similar to this before. So let's check it out. That package is easier to open anyway, so that's a plus. Okay. So this has a protective blade or protective cover over the blade. You want to take that off. This one doesn't have it has instructions. Same instructions. Okay, we can manage. So you could do one of two ways with this. You can come from the top down. So you've got double-sided blades. So you can use it right-handed or left-handed. And you can use it going up or going down, I would say. Probably safer to use it going down. This, ooh, is even better. But, oh gosh, guys, see how thin that cut? That cut really, really thin, and left a lot of the corn still on the cob. Let's see if I can get better with practice. Nope. Now, can you tell the kernels are taking up almost all of the space between the blade and the handle, and I'm not getting a lot of kernel off. There is a lot left on this corn, on the corn cob. They come off and they look really pretty in these nice sheets. But that's because you're not getting a lot of the corn off. Look how much is left. Can you guys tell? That compared to this one that we did with the stripper that got caught in the cup. We got so much more off that first one. You got so much corn left here. Oh, that's disappointing. So again, you would take the flat. We could try going back over it with this and see if that helps. And it doesn't really. I didn't get much more off. I got a little more. So yeah, so you could do that. You could take your butter knife and zip it down with your butter knife and get some of the good juice out of that. But yeah, this, maybe if you had some corn that didn't have quite such fat and juicy kernels, that would work. But who wants corn without fat, juicy kernels? Okay. So let's try another one. There is another similar model, the Senior Corn Peeler. That was very easy open package. So this is all stainless steel, same concept as the one we just used. This one went up and down the corn this way, and this one is going to go up and down the corn that way, this way, because the blade, the sharp part of the blade is right here. So that's what we're going to have on the corn. So let's give it a shot. Better than the last one. Nice and sharp to start with. I don't like that I have to pull it towards me or down onto the tray. I'm a little afraid I'm going to hurt myself. And see there, I got a little too deep, and there's going to be some cob in those kernels that I just popped off. See, I am so afraid I'm going to get my fingers on this. And then I go too shallow, and it goes everywhere. Did you see the corn going flying? Yeah, and if you're coming down into a bowl or onto a tray, then it gets in the way down here. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to get my fingers on that. I'm not the, I might be fearless in the kitchen, but I'm still pretty clumsy in the kitchen at times. And that was a nice strip that came off. Yeah, this one's okay. So far, I still like this one the best so far. This is number 2, and this is a distant third. I don't like that one. All right, hang on. Need some paper towels because I'm all corn juice stuff. All right, we got 2 more to try. I think I might have saved the hardest ones for last. This is the Corn Cob Stripper by Chefin. smarter than the packaging. All right, and there's a film covering the blade. All right, this will be interesting because this still has plastic on the blade. You just slide this down. This is like an apple core kind of for corn. If I can get the plastic off there without losing my fingers. There's a little piece of blue plastic in there. I don't want it in my corn. I don't want it on my fingers. All right, there we go. We got it. So yeah, kind of like an apple core. Hi, Sarah. I have a scar from peeling an apple 10 years ago. That's impressive. I have a great scar here on my finger. I was cutting a cheap costume jewelry ring off the cardboard backing and sliced my finger open. That was awesome. That's why I am a medicine clinician and I don't do surgery. So okay, so let's check this one out. I have a feeling this is going to need a certain size of corn to make it work, but let's try. All right, so serrated, sharp part of the blade down, and let's see what happens. Kind of got to twist as you go because I am not able to just push. And as you go, all the corn kernels come up to the top. Kind of make a mess. That's pretty though. Look, guys, we're getting the whole kernel off that. Oh, that's great. I like it. It's gonna be messy because that's pretty good. I was skeptical about this one because it looked like you were gonna need to have just the right size of ear. Yeah, let's try another one. That was fast. That was great. Love it. All right, let's see. Let's do it again. See if it works again. Oh, guys, that's awesome. That's so fast. It's messy. You need to have your bowl ready to go. Oh, but see, now I'm getting down to the fat part of the ear, and it's harder. I think I also didn't twist quite straight. Yeah, see, it got into the cob here. So there's going to be some crunchy cob in those last few kernels. But overall, that did really well. Yeah, so here's some of the cob that came off with that kernel. It's not going to hurt you. It's just going to, it's going to be a little crunchy in your corn. See, you can tell here, those two kernels still stuck together. But I can feel that there's that crunchy part of the cob on them. So I would not recommend going through here a piece at a time and pulling out all that cob, but if you find it as you go, I want to take it out. But look what a good job that did. It got almost the entire kernel off everything. It's not going to work well with a real fat ear. I did have some trouble at the bottom of that one. That was great. That's this one so far, guys. This is the winner. Okay, one more. Let's see. This one's in a box. This is a Deluxe corn stripper. Here we are by Classic Kitchen. This says remove the kernels without the mess. I think we're past that stage. I don't know about you. I'm a little intimidated by this. I gotta be honest. And there's instructions on the box. Do you think we can figure this out? I'm a doctor. Surely I can make it work. Insert corn into cylinder and press down. Line up the blade. Oh my goodness, hang on a minute. All right, we're gonna take that off. There's a blade on that end and this guy. Okay, so let's try this ear. A couple of silks. Okay, hang on, there's my instructions. Insert corn into cylinder and press down to secure onto the holding prongs. Line up the blade unit with the top of the corn. Whoa, hang on. This has to go on somewhere. That. With gentle downward pressure, twist the blade to cut. Oh, there's a plunger in there. We don't need that right now. Again, like an apple core. See, we got a hole straight down the middle to the corn. Let's see. Can you see? Twisting, twisting. No mess. It's all in there. Now what? Lift up the blade unit and remove. Guys, oh, that's why the plunger's there. Insert the plunger to push out the top. Ah, that was not as scary as I thought. And all the corn's in here. That did a pretty good job. I kind of like that. It's not as intimidating. Oh, and look, it even has a close and open line. So let's open it up. I just twisted it the wrong direction right on camera in front of you guys right after I pointed it out. How slick am I? Oh yeah, no mess, sure. That did a fairly nice job. I like it. I think I like this one. I gotta be honest, doing 10 dozen ears at a time, I am not gonna use this. 3 or 4 ears at a time, this is good. But yeah, when I'm doing 10 dozen at a time, that's just way too much time to get it assembled and taken apart. But I like this one. It looks a little scary. It reminded me of something else when I took it out of the box. But maybe that's just because I have strippers on the brain. So we'll leave that alone for now. But yeah, I like that one. That's pretty cool. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Yes, Sarah. I know. That's what the arrow said, and I still did it wrong. Okay, so, all right, guys. That was kind of awesome. So here's the order that I like them. And I will come back and edit this and put some referral links to Amazon so you guys can find these exact things. Okay, now I'm twisting it closed in the direction of the arrow, and it's not working. I have it on cockeyed, maybe. The box says all this is dishwasher safe, so that's kind of awesome. But I'll tell you, it's hard to screw it on. Now I got it crooked, and it's all corn juiced. And I thought I heard some plastic part break. Okay, ease of use. This one is low on my list. But there we go. Okay. So ease of use, this is not it. But getting the job done, this is the one. The Deluxe Corn Stripper by Classic Kitchen. Number 2 is this guy. This is the Chefin Cobb Stripper. And then number 3 is the OXO Good Grips Corn Stripper. That's what those are the ones I like. All right, now we're gonna do we'll do a couple more when we are doing 10 dozen ears at a time. This is how we do it. We don't use any of these fancy tools. Are you ready? This is gonna be exciting. We use an electric knife. And when I say we, I'm using that term really loosely because it's my husband that does it. Again, because I gotta be honest, it makes me a little nervous to have my fingers that close to the knife, knowing what a kitchen klutz I am. But this makes it go super fast. Boom, done. So the actual kernel cutting part, I think, takes about the same amount of time as this guy, but assembly and taking back apart is no contest. One thing you do need to be careful with that electric knife is because it's so sharp and it's doing such a good job, it can cut really close to the cob. So you do want to make sure that you give it plenty of room so that you're not cutting into the cob. You get that crunchy cob in your kernels. But that just takes a little bit of practice, just like with the other ones too. So here, let's do one more because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fast. Can you see? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Love it. So fast with that. So volumes 10 at a time. Yeah, I'm 10 dozen at a time. I'm doing this 4, 5, 10 ears at a time. I'm going to use this one or this one. I gotta, yeah, because that was cool. All right, so now that there's corn all over my counter, most of it stayed in the tray, but a lot of it is on the counter. What the heck do we do with it? I don't have a plan, so that was poor planning on my part, I suppose. What I am going to do with this is freeze a lot of it, and I will be writing a post very soon about how to freeze sweet corn. I got this tip from my friend Leah Beyer at Buyer Beware, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. That's the hardest part. It's done. This is not cooked corn. This is raw corn, and I am going to freeze it raw like this. It's great. So you don't have to worry about burned fingers. You don't have to waste a lot of time boiling water and boiling the corn and getting your kitchen all hot and taking a whole lot of work. So yeah, so we're not going to do that. So yeah, so I'm going to freeze a bunch of this. I will probably make a salad with that. I've got some spinach that we grew out in the garden that is ready, unlike everything else in the garden. So that spinach would be really good with this. Spinach and corn and maybe a tomato or two. Might make up some salsa. I don't know. We'll see what I can come up with, and I will share the recipes with you on My Fearless Kitchen. So stay tuned. I will be, Sarah, you'll meet me halfway and take it off your hands. Like I said, we've got it in the ground. It'll be a good at least 4 weeks or longer before any of it's ready. But roughly 2,500 ears of corn ready to go. So that's coming up. It's going to be a busy summer. But yeah, so I will get a post up about all these corn strippers pretty soon. I will write up how to freeze the corn with step-by-step instructions and pictures, and I'll share whatever recipes I come up with this. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week, Friday, 11 Central, noon Eastern. We'll do something else, if you want something you want to see or some kitchen gadgets you want demoed, let me know. Leave me a comment down below or send me an email, marybeth@myfearlesskitchen.com. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good weekend.